It's big, and it's pink. And for decades, Casa Bonita...
Whoa, what a fucking way to just... That's better than the hook of any story I've ever covered. Let's hear it again, y'all. There's a reason there's a spike there.
It's big, and it's pink. And...
I just want to start a story with that today.
For decades, Casa Bonita was Colorado's go-to pleasure palace for kids.
Usually when we came here, it was a birthday. I felt exotic when I came here. It felt like I had gone away.
And since those halcyon days, Casa Bonita has occupied an extraordinary amount of space.
Wow, Casa Bonita! Woo-hoo!
In the psyches of South Park creators and Colorado natives, Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Ever since we started, the building, we have named our office Casa Bonita. It's like fate.
Fate.
I don't know much about these guys personally, but I am jealous of just how fucking creative they are. And I love that they have this where they have like fuck you money and they can mess around. Though I will say my favorite, it has to be Tied. Like there are episodes of South Park, especially growing up, that are just like ingrained in me and like are part of me becoming who I am to even like small degrees. But Book of Mormon is fantastic. I find myself at least once a month going back and just listening to the soundtrack. I wish I had seen the original cast. I ended up seeing it after the original cast was gone. Actually, wait, I don't even think I watched it in New York. I think I saw that in Pantages in LA, that one specifically. And if anything, it gave me an appreciation that I got to see the original cast of Hamilton before that started getting different people. But God.
Would mean Casa Bonita's closing down and bankruptcy. They had to buy it.
And I said, yes. And he goes, I know, but don't get to, we don't know yet. I'm like, yes. And I was like, we're doing that, yes.
To be kind, Casa Bonita had seen better days. It was a wreck. The idea of these two guys buying it was funny, a kind of extravagant gag. Or so
This is what you do for the meme. This is the fuck you money, do it for the meme that I love, not setting the public square on fire, turning into a propaganda machine. Just a little jokey joke. A little, hey.
He thought.
So this is without irony, then?
It's not a joke, and that's the thing, is it had become a joke. And we were sad that it had become a joke, because you could see what this place was in the 70s when they built it. You know, they were trying to make a little Disneyland here.
We're here! Casa Bonita! Oh man, this is gonna be so great!
20 years ago, Parker and Stone immortalized their love for Casa Bonita in a South Park episode.
I feel like Cartman a lot here.
Yeah, some people say, and I'm going to pack up the family. I was like, I'd be down to try it. I don't know if anything is actually good. I don't know. Wait. Let's look. Food reviews. Let's see. Do we go 13 minutes? Crazy. 9 minutes? Less crazy. Oh, wait. They already want changes. What is this?
Colorado First now in Lakewood, where some workers at the recently reopened Casa Bonita already want changes. Dozens of employees wrote a letter to management with new demands. Our Jasmine Arenas is live tonight at the famous restaurant. And Jasmine, you've learned more about what those employees want.
Good evening, Michael.
No, I know this is last year.
Bonita employees tell me they're feeling frustrated financially, a little bit betrayed and angry. They tell me 3 months ago they were asked to leave their jobs to work full-time for Casa Bonita. They were promised good compensation and full-time hours, but that hasn't been the case, and now they're asking management and ownership to step up.
Casa Bonita employees want what they were promised.
We don't feel like management and
Sorry, I was like, we don't feel bonita. But wait, now let's see.
ownership are treating us well and giving us the hours that we need, nor access to the benefits that we were promised.
Promises that haven't been fulfilled.
Broken promises included multiple different opening dates that were never seen to fruition, full-time hours, most of which we're not even getting what would be considered a full part-time. We were promised so much business, we would make 40 to 50 an hour with tips at the minimum.
Did they? Well, I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole. What the fuck? Got Casa Bonita reservations? Signing up means you're giving up a legal right? What the fuck did we... What is happening? I thought this was like... Okay, wait.
Today, Casa Bonita changed its reservation system so everyone can sign up for a seat. You may have received an email asking you to join the founding.
Hey, to you in the chat that said you're part of the founding members club. What'd you do? What rights did you give away to feel bonita and get tacos? What'd you do? Does Trey Parker owns you? That's what happens. Wait,
Members Club. That's one way to get early reservations.
Are we investigating Casa Bonita? Is that what's going on here, John?
Apparently.
We played the little video that says we're investigating them. And it turns out there's something buried in the fine print, which you will have to trade to get your hands on those sopapillas. Here's Jeremy Fajola.
As a Casa Bonita fan, when I got the email for the Founders Club, I did what most people do. I dove in headfirst and completely scrolled through the terms of service. Who's got time to read all of that? But our Steve on Your Side producer did and found an interesting all caps clause deep in the fine print.
Okay, so they can kill you. They can kill you like Disney and Uber. You are giving up the right to litigate a dispute in court before a judge or jury. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, man. You better hope the fucking diver at that restaurant doesn't land on you.
You are giving up the right to litigate a dispute in court before a judge or jury. What does that even mean?
There's no jury.
We showed this to 9 News legal expert.
Just so you know, if you have ever purchased anything from beautifulbastard.com, I can live in your house rent-free for 2 to 3 months, and I get the primary bedroom. It was in the terms and service of your purchase, but honestly, given the quality of the gear, I think it is a fair trade. I just want to say that.
Whitney Traylor, who calls it an arbitration clause.
That's the problem, is that you're giving up this right before something even happens.
A common legal tactic companies use to get the upper hand on litigious customers.
Whoa. Joke's on me. I live in a studio. That's my bed. That's my bed. I'll bring a chair. You can sit in the corner. It sounds like I'm talking about something else now. Okay.
To avoid bad publicity in court.
The reality is you're giving up a very important right and you don't know it. I would assume 95% of the people who signed that had no idea that they've given up their right.
I gotta ask, Natalia, why are you saying that this is still better than the Disney Plus thing? Why? Okay, there's way too many invites for me to sleep in beds.
It means if you want to sue Casa Bonita for something like a slip and fall or food poisoning or whatever, your claim would be handled in private mediation. Using Casa Bonita's services means you agree to resolve any dispute on Casa Bonita's terms, outside of a public court and away from public view. Do people really have a legal beef with the old Pink Tower? Well, like any big business, lawsuits are gonna happen. Just a few over the...
Bubble said, Phil, you can sleep in my bed, but not for any illicit reason. I just feel like you'd be good at spooning. No. Here's what Lindsay and I do. There's 60 to 90 seconds of an actual cuddle, and then there's a rollover and feet touch. Because otherwise you get hot. You get so fucking hot under the covers. And it's like, no one's happy. Roll over, feet touch. Still close. I'll sometimes throw a hand back because you gotta touch the butt. That's what you gotta do. That's what you do.
Years. An allegation about an exploding margarita glass, a piece of metal in someone's food.
Okay.
Well, like any big business, lawsuits are gonna happen. Just a few over the years. An allegation about an exploding margarita glass, a piece of metal in someone's food, and a classic slip and fall. Legal stuff is gonna happen. Is an arbitration clause bad? Well, it can make it really hard to hold a company accountable. Take the case of the man who recently sued Disney because his wife died of a food allergy at Walt Disney World. Disney attorneys tried getting his lawsuit tossed because the man signed up for the streaming service.
Guys, we gotta march on Casa Bonita, okay? Disney's big enough where online we bullied Disney into being slightly less shitty about the arbitration clause. Okay? Casa Bonita is a different category. We got to march on it. We got to march on it. It's big. It's pink. But so are we. I don't know what that means.
Service Disney Plus. Disney Plus had an arbitration clause which said he couldn't sue the court for
Together we are big and pink, and we are to be taken seriously.
Any Disney service he used.
And that's the thing. It's deep down in the document. You don't really have any power to go back and forth and negotiate. It is in legalese. It's sort of a take it or leave it.
After bad publicity, Disney attorneys backed off their arbitration claim.
We covered this on the show. If you watched the Philip DeFranco show, you know that. All right. Well, someone said, yeah. I will say, when we went onto the previous video where it was like, these workers are not happy, there was a lot of people in the chat that I did not expect that were like, suck it up. I was like, oh shit. You were like, bring me the chips. And I was like, oh shit. You guys are you are not pro worker. Wrong crowd.